Well, welcome to the Tragikast. This is your host, Seraph, and joined with me, as always, is Carpanthers, aka Kevin. Oh, man. So, how was your week of gaming?
Pretty good. Tried out a new game you suggested. I finally beat Code Vein.
Nice.
Got another win in Fall Guys. A solo win and a squad win.
Yeah. Was I there for both of them?
No, not the solo. What, were you there for the solo? Yeah, you were.
Yeah, I was.
It was the fan when
Yeah.
the guy got blew off.
Yeah, where all three people got blew off at once, and you were just like, well, that was the easiest win.
Yeah, and you were there for the squad because that was the one that we got carried by the random.
Yeah.
All three of us fell off at the start.
That's right, on roll off too. On top of that, that was fun. Yeah. Well, not too much, in terms of games we played. It's been pretty much Storybook Brawl and Fall Guys for me. I lied. I played a little bit of Spider-Man, Miles Morales. That was fun.
I did play some MLB The Show too. So.
See, I actually saw you on that when I jumped on last night.
Yeah. That's one I can play and watch TV with because it takes like 15% of my attention.
Yep. I wish I had more games where I could just jam like that. I tried that with Storybook Brawl and then realized that my attention is actually needed.
It's probably why I'm not so great at it, because most of the time I'm playing, I'm watching you play.
Yeah, it seems. Yeah, there's a lot of key interactions too that I'll miss, but we'll save that for later. So 3 big topics before we talk about what we're gonna play this week. We're gonna cover the new release, the only thing that I think is worth talking about, which is Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword's getting a remake. We'll discuss some more Storybook Brawl since I'm addicted, and that's the game of the week for me. And why does it say PUBG? It's definitely just say what we know of Fall Guys Season 5 update. And overall, we could talk about, recap how we feel about the game in Season 4, since I started really late as compared to everybody else. Well, starting it off, as far as Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, I can't believe I don't know this about you. Are you even a Zelda fan?
So, here's my thing about Zelda. I have probably a total of 30 minutes playtime on Zelda games.
Was that Breath of the Wild at least?
Yes, it was. I do have it, and I own it, and I played like 30 minutes, and then just haven't played it anymore.
I'm surprised, because for me, that game felt so much like Zelda meets Skyrim, and I know Skyrim's up your alley.
Yeah, and I didn't dislike the game or anything like that. It's not like I threw.
You just dropped it for something else.
Yeah. I think it was like during Christmas or something when I got it. Get a lot of different things then, and you just kind of put it in when you go. I think I was playing it like when I was visiting relatives or something, and then just didn't pick it back up when I got home.
No, I hear you. There's games like where I'll actually probably beat half the game and then stop playing it and pick it up like months and months later. Fall Guys. Yeah, I am. Fallout's like that for me. For whatever reason, I don't think I've ever, besides New Vegas, I don't think I've ever completed a Fallout game without putting it down and picking it up like 4 months later. I don't know why.
Yeah, I think Fallout 4 for me, I got to the end. Oh no, here was my problem with Fallout 4. I got really far into Fallout 4, and then I got hit with a game-breaking bug. I had to meet somebody, and they never showed up to the location. They got killed on the way there or something.
We were still gaming with each other, because I remember you complaining about that.
And so, like, I literally had to start over.
Yep.
All of my backup saves were after he had already departed. And so, yeah, I dropped it for a while.
Yep.
Then, too.
Yeah, and it's...
I think I picked it back up after all the DLCs had come out for it. So that's how long I put it down for.
I don't blame you after that. And it's funny is, as a gaming community, we forget how bad some of these bugs can be, and yet we'll harp on like the Cyberpunk 2077 things and all this other, like, I don't know. Bethesda has been doing this forever, like in terms of like these bugs, and yet with certain companies we can laugh it off, and then others we have to hold them to the sword of this is not a finished game.
Yeah, especially with Bethesda, it's just kind of expected.
Yep.
It's like the community accepts that Bethesda doesn't have a QA team, and they don't have a patch system. It's all up to the consumer to fix our product.
And we do. Did I tell you the first time I killed a dragon in Skyrim, it literally flew away.
Yeah, I heard the story.
So I couldn't loot it. And it was great. But yeah, as far as, well, we won't harp too much on Skyward Sword. It originally released for the Wii, and I liked it, but this is back when like the Wii was like, you have to use our motion controls, and you would think that swinging a sword as Link while doing the motion controls would be good, but it was really janky. And as someone who actually uses like the swords more often, I'd say, than the average person, like I've done fencing, I've done like, it just felt weird.
Yeah, I mean, not just that game, but the whole integration of we have to force motion gameplay into our games for the Wii was really weird, because I don't know if you played the Donkey Kong Country games, but that one that came out for Wii, when you wanted the Donkey Kong to slam the ground, you would literally have to like make that motion with the controller.
Oh my god, that sounds horrible.
That's a game that I grew up with, but it's not a game that I played growing up.
Yeah.
It was, my dad played it and we watched him play it. So we got him that game for the Wii for Christmas one year, and just see him sitting in the living room
trying
with the Wii controller.
Trying to slam. The Wii did a lot of cool things, but yeah, force mechanics was not the greatest. Like, I don't know. So this is a chance for me to actually play this game. I'm a big Zelda fan. Not the biggest. Like, I definitely know anybody else who's deeper into it than I am. But I've played almost, I would say, 90% of the Zelda games. And this is the only one that I haven't finished. The problem I'm having is my backlog is huge, and I don't know if I want to spend $60 on a game that I probably won't play for maybe 6 months.
Yeah, and I would say then you could pick it up cheaper, but Nintendo
never get cheaper.
They don't get cheaper. Like, Game Boy Advance games are still like $40, and that's what they costed when they.
Hold on, I want to check something. Pokemon Sword and Shield. Because this is not Una. Like, this game is what, 2 years old now at this point?
Yeah.
$45. Yeah, they don't get any cheaper. So
yeah, even the used ones aren't cheap.
Nope. You just can't. You don't get any.
I don't know if
cheap
that's
games.
a Nintendo personal choice, or is that a marketing thing that, hey, our target audience are kids, and kids are just gonna.
Hey, mommy, please pay $60 for this game. Yeah, and it could be the fact that, I don't know, Nintendo has done this from the start. So until the community complains about it, this is just going to be the way that it is.
Yeah, and I mean, it's that way with games going back generations. Like, even on the used market, the Super Nintendo games.
Yep.
Mostly are still in the $90 to $100 range.
Yep. It's crazy.
And it's like, I know I got you into Burgadine when they.
Oh, that was such a good game.
The original on that, when the sequel came out, the original shot up to, I think, $400.
Wow. That's insane. You have a copy still, don't you?
Yes, we have a copy of the original, and we have a strategy guide, which is even more expensive. Our whole set is probably worth over $1,000 just for that one game.
That's crazy. That game was a lot of fun.
Yeah, they re-released it on PlayStation too. So
Oh, so I could replay it and get trophies.
yeah, I had actually thought of that, but then I thought, I imagine the trophy system for that is going to be awful.
Yep. Beat it once with every hero.
Yeah, then you have the... I don't know if you ever played the post game where you...
Yeah, the conquest mode.
Yeah, so there's probably trophies for that.
Yep. Yeah. And I like the game, but the thought of some trophies that I chase, I find I don't know why I do it, because when I'm 80% of the way there, I want to kill myself. Not to, and yet I'm so close now that I have to do it. And I know that's my own personality, right? And I can put it down, but I literally feel like I can't.
For me personally, I think Brigadine would be a good one to trophy chase over a very long time.
Yeah.
That's one game that I still pick up the original and play through a campaign on the original, even to this day. And so, I imagine the new one is going to be like that as well, where I'll just pick it up on a weekend, play through a campaign. And, I mean, if you're trophy hunting, you can be like, I don't have this one, let's do that this campaign.
Yeah, you're right. Over the course of like 4 or 5 years, you know, you'll finally get the plat.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
But that would require me spending another $60 on a game I already own.
Yep. And we call that the Skyrim fever.
Yeah.
Maybe rename this one the Bethesda edition. So yeah, I eventually will pick it up. Just who knows. So, let's talk about Storybook Brawl. Now, I know how I feel about it. I'm more interested on how you feel about it, because I've played auto battlers before and in drafts, so I kind of knew what I was getting into when I started playing.
Yeah, I've really been enjoying it. Part of the reason I like it, and it's probably for you where you are, it's not the same, but it is something that I can do, and I personally don't have to give it 100% focus. So I can like watch you stream or watch Critical Role or something while doing it. When I which might explain why I'm not good at it, but
well, it depends, right? Like, we all do things for different reasons. And if you're having fun, then who cares, right? Like, if you don't care when you lose, but it's awesome when you do the wacky Trian thing, great.
Yeah.
If you're a loser like me, and I am chasing rank, I finally got to 2200. Legend is 3000. I finally feel like I'm almost there, right? So yeah, it also makes the game more frustrating for me though. Like, and me and Brittany will be the first one to tell you too. Like, there'll be times where like you get so unlucky, or you feel like you got unlucky, right? Even if you didn't, and you just get tilted to the point where you're like, I need to take a break. Like, I need to go walk away. Like, it's been a bit, and I've played Magic, and it's been a bit since I've been that frustrated with a game, you know? I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I can, and for me, I think, I'm sure I don't experience the same frustrations as you do with rank climbing, but mine is more of, I'm not looking at my rank where I'm at, I don't care about it. I take it game by game.
Yep.
My frustration comes into, I pick a hero and then I get nothing for that hero.
Yes.
And the frustration kicks in. It's like, I know I'm still getting cards that I could make work. Or create a build with, but
I played Geppetto so I could play an animal.
Yeah. My knowledge is not even high enough really to do that. When I have a preset, like, oh, okay, I'm going in with Geppetto, I need summons, and then I get no summons, it's 3 or 4 rounds in, and I've already lost 20 health, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing here.
It's funny, in the Discord chat for Storybook Brawl, people are talking about Geppetto sucks. And I played Geppetto to a first place finish. But then I realized I didn't use I literally had no summon characters at all. I could have been any hero, and I would have ended up with the same build that I had, which is this weird monster build that I had with Oni King. And I didn't use my hero. So essentially, like, what was the point?
Yeah, I got that too. The other day I was playing as a potion maker, and I'm like 6 rounds in and realize I've not cast a single spell. It's like, why am I playing this character?
and sometimes you just have to choose between the 4 people that they give you, right? And maybe they're all not set up to do stuff. But yeah, it still feels bad when, like, you're Cruella and you get no animals or villains. Which I've had Cruella games where I'm like, I have all these princes and princesses, and I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah. I found, though, that something that works for me is treants, and you don't really need any character or any specific hero to make treants work.
It's true, and I don't think, the exception of Celestial Tiger, that there is a hero that really does anything with treants.
You could get Krampus, and if you get
evil.
the treasure that turns all treants evil.
Yep, I can see that.
That one would work.
Yeah, have you seen the Celestial Tiger thing?
No.
Alright, well, here, I've got something to show you, and this is what you don't do with Celestial Tiger. So this is the big, when you asked the mistake I made. So one of the things you could do with Celestial Tiger is you can lock this treant health thing, right? Which will double the health of a treant. And the whole point of it is you buy your shop outside of the treant, right? That you're trying to get to a million. And then you eventually grant it attack power, right? Or you do it to a treant that has attack power. So here's the issue. Here we can see. I made a hasty decision. Yeah, and the only power it had was from my 2/3 attacker. So as soon as my 2/1 attacked, I had no power. This is a 17-minute long video. So what happens is the whole lobby has to wait for me to finish. And this guy doesn't get to, when we're done, we go straight into the next round. So this guy doesn't have any time to shop, and I'm dead. And it was funny is in the Discord, someone actually says, hey, can someone explain this? And it was somebody from my lobby where their shop timer said they had 345 seconds.
Did you reply?
Yes.
Explain what was happening?
Yes, I apologize to everyone who was in that game. I said I hastily made a decision that I did not think through all the way. Because it was funny, is Brittany is laughing throughout this whole entire video because she is there. Saying, like, you soft lock a lobby, you're such a dick. And I genuinely felt so bad because, and I felt bad, and I was also angry because if I did this correctly, this is like turn 4, even 1 attack power that was permanent. Yeah. This is unbeatable. No one has Gorgons yet. This is like. So yeah, I'm upset because obviously I did this wrong. So Celestial Tiger, really good if they don't nerf it in this upcoming patch. But PSA, give your minion attack power.
Did anybody back out? Because I probably
yes.
Backed out.
No, there's. I got 5th in that game because everybody left, the exception of the people that obviously won the top 4. But everybody else, like that. My first opponent, before I started recording this, here, I'll show you. He's dead. He gave up. That was my first opponent, and then my second opponent, he was actually in chat with me in Discord, and I was like, I'm so sorry, dude. Like, I was trying to be, I only had like 3 seconds left. It was one of those things where I was like, I'm at 16 life, so I need, or 20 life. And I wasn't strong enough yet, so I was like, all right, I need to pull the trigger on this treant thing and give it health. So I did it in the last 3 seconds with a support unit, and then I was like, wait a minute, this isn't gonna work. As soon as the support unit attacks, I'm dead. And then we have this. Everyone was super cool though in the Discord. No one, was like, "Oh, I hate you." I was gonna make a video on this. I probably still will. I just don't. We know how many trolls exist in the world, and this is still an early access game. So as this gets more and more people, I'm worried that people will learn to abuse this. So I hope the devs do address something like this. Like to obviously see, like the calculations are done, right?
Yeah.
It knows that it's going to take 345 seconds.
Yeah, and not just that. This is something that one line of code.
Yep.
You could bypass it. All you have to do is if attack power equals 0 in Brawl.
I think the reason why they wouldn't in this case it doesn't matter. But if a character had Slay, right? Like which if like that is the character that kills my 0 a million treant, it needs to know which one killed it. Because if it wasn't the Slay, then it doesn't get the bonus. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does. And I mean the computer can.
But the computer's already done this. The computer's already gone through the algorithm.
You're just walking through animation at this point.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could just skip animation.
Yep. That's. I feel like if the game realizes that, hey, this is gonna take more than X amount of time, just do the calculation and then like maybe have a splash screen that says you lost, you took 3 points of damage, right? So it just tells you, or even the animation that at the end that just does it halfway through, and then you're like, okay, I took 3 points of damage or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, or you could have some thing set up where since you already know who's gonna get the killing blow, whoever gets that killing blow, just beef their attack up so they take out your full HP in one hit.
Oh yeah, make it whatever your toughness is. That's actually really good for obviously a temporary thing, and then just swap it back.
Yep.
I hear they're looking for devs, Car.
The funny thing is, I'm probably a better
QA
project manager than
I could see that.
That aspect.
Yep, I could see that. But overall,
I hate project management. So.
Well, I just hate project managers.
Yeah.
You'd be a good one though. You wouldn't be an annoying one, I have a feeling, because you worked with one enough to know what's annoying about it.
Oh yeah. It wouldn't be having to deal with the people under me, it'd be having to deal with the people over you.
Yep, true. So overall, though, you liking the game? You feel like you're gonna play more of it?
Yeah, for sure. I'll probably be on definitely some more this week, maybe even tonight. Who knows?
Yep. So I don't know if this pertains to you or if you even care, but they have announced the tournament. This is gonna be the first a month apparently that matters. Didn't know this game was fully released. I was pretty sure it was early access in early July, right? But now the top 16 heroes for July or players will get invited to a cash tournament. They don't have details on how much it was or anything like that. But the person in me, of course, now feels like they need to try, right? I don't know why I'm like this. I know I won't make it. But can you see Discord real quick?
Yeah.
Alright, I want to show you something that's makes this, like, I know that it's silly to even try at this point. So this should be the bot that comes and tells me alright, so this is first place. This guy's at 6,200.
Uh-huh.
And this is 16th place at 4,400. And they have wiggle room. Some devs are in here, right? And they said, obviously, we don't count. But after you reach 3,000, your wins and losses are all MMR based. So if you're in a lobby with like the top 5 people, then even if you finish 6th, you can still have a positive MMR. But if you are in a lobby with all low people, or you had the highest MMR, you need to get like 2nd to gain any positive MMR. So that
I can't say I hate that.
no, I don't hate it. I'm not there yet, so it's hard to comment.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll get to Legend and then be able to respond to how I feel about it. So that is probably something I'm going to try. First step though is actually getting to Legend. So we got what 18? How many days are in July? I do this every time. 31. So
31.
yep, 19 days to get there.
Do you know if they have any plans for, like, I know a lot of these games that after a certain point they wipe
Oh man.
rank.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it. I hope they don't. I know a patch is coming out today to balance changes and stuff like that.
Especially since you said it went to full release now.
Oh.
Most games, when they leave early access and go to full release,
Oh, it's not
wipe.
full. It's not a full release game yet. Sorry, I meant like it went from open or closed to open, as far as early access goes.
And did they do a wipe when it did that? Do you know?
No, they didn't.
That is a really weird thing to hold a tournament for the top 16 when people have had the game for far longer.
Yep, I agree. As someone who wasn't able to play until July, or at least found out the game is July, I feel like I'm at a huge disadvantage. Honestly, though, I'm at a huge disadvantage anyway. If you ever actually watch these people who are on High Legends play, there's just a completely different thought process that comes from playing the game. Also, it would feel like you're already at a disadvantage because there's people that have been playing for months and closed that aren't considered part of like QA or development. So now you have to like any skill, if you want to get better, you have to do it more often, and the more you do it, the more you're going to get better at it. It's hard to catch up with people that have like plus 500 hours on you. But we're going to try. Yeah, and I think they're doing custom lobbies.
Yeah, I hope they do custom lobbies. That would be really cool.
I'm about to say, because it would be a lot of fun for like a Friday game night to get like the Tragikast group together, and I know Brittany's always down to curb stomp me, and then just play play just custom lobbies on Friday.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun. I don't know if it might be hard to get a full 8, but I don't think you need a full 8, do you?
No, you probably play with bots too.
Yeah. It's like, I'm sure you could convince Ryan, because I think Ryan plays a little Magic.
Does he?
So,
I didn't know that about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game is so much fun. I love it. Alright, well, until I got more information on Storybook Brawl, I'm sure we'll be talking about that for a bit, because that would probably be my main game. But do you want to talk a little bit on how your Fall Guys sessions are going? It seems like you're gotten a lot better at the game, even when I'm joining. Like, I'm always watching you, spectating.
Yeah, I mean, like you just mentioned, it comes with play time. The more you play, and I mean, I've played so much, and I mean, even you now, you've made it to the end of the season pass.
Yep, just barely, but we did it.
But we know those levels ins and out now. It's the only variable in the levels are the other people, and if you can find ways to avoid the other people,
yep,
the levels are easy.
It's true.
So so that's where the difficulty in Fall Guys comes from at this point, is avoiding other people, and I think that's something I've been learning to do is, so like Slime Scraper, for instance. At the very start there, as you go through the pinballs, people bunch up, and if one person gets hit with a pinball, they can take 3 other people out with them.
Yeah. Yep. It's happened to me.
You also know there's a shortcut there.
Yep.
And I am not great at taking the shortcut. I may get it 10% of the time. But I will try it every single time, because there's that 10% chance it works, and if it doesn't work, then everybody's made it through that bottleneck, and then I can just walk through it.
Yeah, and that's probably something I need to start adapting, to be real with you, is the stuff like that. Because instead, I just end up taking it slow, letting other people go by me, and losing time, really.
Yeah, and sure, I'm starting in the back there, but so many people bottleneck there, they just get eliminated immediately.
Sure.
And then you just make it through the fists that come out of the wall, and you make it through that, and it's just easy coasting from there because so many people have difficulties with that.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, our success rate on that, especially without griefers, is probably very close to 100.
Yeah, I would put it at like 95. I think I fell off the other day, and it wasn't my fault. It was somebody got hit by the pinball, and they hit me and knocked me off. And that was even with me waiting. This was somebody that fell off of the little platform right above me and into the pinball, and it hit me and knocked me off. So occasionally the perfect storm of disaster hits, but
yeah, kind of like big shots with you.
Yeah.
You used to have that spot where you didn't have to move, and now it seems like everything just zeroes in on you and just sends you flying.
Yeah, that's another. I mean, you see people panic on that one and just run all over the place, and I mean, we've proven from mine. I've been knocked off twice in the last
however many times.
Month.
Yeah, yeah, and literally, I've seen games where you've literally stood in between the two pylons and said, "I'm not moving."
Yeah, I know I've had one game where I took 2 steps total. One to the left and one back to the right after taking the one to the left.
That's my roll-off strat. Just 1 step right, 1 step left. Obviously, the other people will kill you.
Yeah. That's how I prefer roll-off, and that's how I'll do it on the elimination style one, but when you get to the final, people do try to kill you, and so it's, in my opinion, better to move than to stand still.
Yep.
But that's a skill I've got to work on.
No, I hear you.
I think the finals or something.
All
I
of
have
us.
to work on in general.
Yep. I feel like in the last time we played, it's like our finals conversion rate, even against with 2 randoms in squads, is really high. Like we get there consistently, even carrying 2 random people.
Yeah. And I think the only finals that I'm truly consistent and give myself a great chance to win on are
Tail tag.
Not tail tag.
Jinx.
Although I have won a tail tag finals, but no, the jump club one.
Yeah.
That final.
Yep.
I've only won the one, but I'm consistently in the top 3 on that one, and it just literally comes down to luck at that point.
Yeah, that last jump club when I was in there with you was just total BS. Like, me and this one other dude literally were on our own platform and we couldn't escape. And then our platform fell.
Yeah, that happened to me the jump club I had before that one. And the only thing I could try to do was to jump on to the beam as it came around and see if it would knock me over.
Yep.
I got close, but it didn't work.
I didn't even think about that. That's what I should have attempted to do. Instead, I just, like, wildly jumped for something that I couldn't possibly hit.
Yeah, and the other one that I'm pretty consistent on is the mountain climb one. I'm usually right there. I've won that one two times, I believe, in solos. And the ones I don't win, I'm literally jumping for it when someone else gets it. But yeah, I need some work on hexagon and the ice one.
Me and you both. Even when I do well, I feel it's by luck. Yeah, and we don't really know anything. I saw something about a site I don't trust about pirate themed, but we do know that the battle pass has been changed for season 4, not ending tomorrow. But you said 7 days when you checked.
Yeah, it said 7 days from today. Like, I think today was supposed to be the new or when we looked last week, today was when it ended.
Yep.
And now I just checked earlier and it said 7 days. Which lines more up with what we're seeing online about people saying July 20th.
Yep.
You did mention one saying pirate themed. I saw one on a different website that said jungle themed. So
maybe jungle pirates.
And this one will run to what, the end of September?
Yep, that sounds about right.
So my guess, if I had to guess, would probably be something summer themed, maybe like beaches or something. So the pirate thing is probably more close than jungle, in my opinion. But
yeah, we will find out eventually, right? Apparently next week. We'll probably talk about it then.
Possibly, if they keep to the unless they add another week onto it.
Yeah, I know, right? Get ready for Beanball. Does that mean anything to you? Beanball.
So that's talking about 4.5. So I can only assume they're talking about something. Maybe that's when they added the sports into it, like soccer and basketball.
God, I hope that. I hope so. I love those modes so much. I get so passionate though. It's probably a little, maybe a little too passionate. All right, let's move on about what we are playing this week. I will go first. No shocker. I'll probably be streaming and or playing Storybook Brawl. It'll probably be my main game this week again because I only have 19 days. And seems easy for me. As far as solo player games, because I find I do need to take breaks. Otherwise, I just start playing badly. Like to the point where I'm not even learning anything playing badly. So my solo player games, I'm having a blast with Miles Morales, Spider-Man. So I'll probably be playing that. And then, of course, I'll be jumping on, maybe playing COD with Sam or Ryan, and probably Fall Guys with you. Maybe zombies, but who knows?
Well, I was going to add, I will probably be on zombies.
Yep.
The new map comes out.
Do you know anything about it? I know I'm not big into it, but maybe you'll sell me in it.
So all I've not, it's a new map, so this isn't a remake of an old one or anything. This is a brand new map.
Oh, finally, a brand new map. We're not just recycling old content. Congratulations.
Well, you say that, but
but
the big selling point on it is that a perk from a previous game is coming back.
God, yeah, you told Ryan about it when we were talking.
Yeah, so the way zombies works now is you load in with one weapon, then you can buy a second weapon. And in late games, that's big because you run out of ammo super fast, and then you can switch to the second weapon and use it. Or you can specialize. Machine guns work really well for mowing down zombies, but shotguns work really good for killing elites.
Yep.
So you have that. Now they're adding in the ability to pick up a third weapon.
Oh, nice.
And so, to me, I'm sitting here thinking machine guns work really well for mowing down zombies. Shotguns work really well from bosses. The one thing you're missing is the ability to melee to get out of trouble.
Yep.
So my third weapon, I'm thinking, is let's carry a knife with me.
Shoot, why not? That makes sense to me.
Because, I mean, that's the first thing I think to do when I get surrounded by zombies is try to knife my way out.
Yep.
Doesn't work when you're in round 30-something. Unless you have the knife, the actual knife.
Yep.
And it can also be super helpful because if you have the fast revive perk leveled all the way up, if you kill a zombie while you're down, you revive yourself.
Oh, wow.
The problem is if when you go down, they just give you that 1911 that's not upgraded.
Yeah.
Late rounds, you can't kill a zombie with that.
Nope.
However, you can knife zombies while you're down. So if you have the melee weapon, you can still one-shot knife a zombie.
Huh, even in past round 30s?
Yeah, as long as you are upgrading the knife never gets to a point that you can't one-hit a zombie.
Oh, that's awesome. And that only works so in multiplayer, though, right? Because as soon as you go down in a
No,
solo.
the fast revive works in solos as well.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
Yep.
It sounds like you're gonna be breaking records over there.
I don't know, but I don't have that much time. I've played games to 50s, and they've taken me like 3 or 4 hours to get into that. And you're talking, I think the game ends at like 255, I think is the top level. So, I mean, you're talking 12 plus hours on one game.
Yeah, that's insane.
And that's if it doesn't crash on you.
Yeah, that's frustrating is what that is. Because even on our, even when we play together, having it crash even at round, what was it, like 39?
Yeah, 30s is usually when it crashes on us. But yeah, I did see the first guy that tried to go for 255 was in the 230s, and the game crashed on him, and he was streaming.
God, that would be rage-inducing. I might not have a monitor. It'd be a good Twitch fails clips, though.
I hope the guy got a lot of subs for that.
I know, right? So, and I know it's not really my scene, but when a new map drops, is it almost like how we feel when new modes or raids would happen in Destiny, like where people don't know much about the map, they're trying to find Easter eggs, trying to like explore stuff.
Oh yeah, so there's a whole community, and I'm not one of them, simply because I'm already so far behind. But the Easter egg is a huge selling point for zombie mode, and so people will dive in immediately to try to find that. So I mean, there'll be a lot of people trying to world's first that and get the guides up so they can get the views and all that stuff. Because I mean, it is interesting. There's a lot of lore that they put into that now.
Yeah.
But you have to do the Easter eggs to get them. But that brings it back to, you got to go all the way back to like, I don't think the original zombies had an Easter egg, but I think they started putting them in with Black Ops. So
yeah,
you've got to go all the way back to Black Ops to play those zombies games to get those Easter eggs, or I guess you could look up the lore online, but not quite as fun, I don't think.
No, I would agree with that. It's just interesting for looking on the outside in, right? It's very much too like with Destiny that was the fun part of raids, right? Not understanding the mechanics, going into to it, finding out the secret things on there, hidden chests. That's the stuff that I miss.
Yeah, and I mean, it's like I was playing the first zombie maps that come in Cold War, and I was probably 10 hours into zombies, and then it hit me as like, this is the same map from the very first zombies. They've just expanded it. It's like,
10 hours in, you're like, hey, wait a minute.
yeah. It's like,
when does the map drop?
I believe it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow's
usually a
Tuesday.
Tuesday update.
Shoot. I have a feeling Sam will probably want to do that.
Yeah, she posted the trailer into the Discord.
Yeah. Yeah, she's at.
Oh no, it's the 15th, so I guess Thursday.
That's an inch. That sucks because that's D&D day.
And now that you mention that, I do believe that every zombies map has dropped on Thursday with this game.
So Thursdays it is.
We usually jump on after D&D and play a game.
That makes sense. I'll be rooting for you guys getting worlds first.
Probably won't be doing that. I don't even know. I know for Outbreak, they didn't put the Easter egg into Outbreak until like a few weeks ago.
Huh, that's weird.
Even though that game mode had been out for what, a couple months?
A long time, yeah.
Yeah.
Still, that's very interesting. Well, now we can. What are you doing this week?
I'll probably play some Storybook Brawl. Check out the new zombies map. I actually have to finally do some D&D prep.
Yeah, now that we're finally past that part.
Yeah, for the first time in probably 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably about it. Maybe some more MLB The Show in my downtime. Who knows?
That sounds like 3, pretty good things, though. Not to mention that.
Fall Guys.
Yeah, Fall Guys. I think that's right now our go-to game when we want to play.
Yeah. Fall Guys, I think, is a good game for just, I don't care what we're doing.
Yep.
Just, it's a good hangout game, I think. Just to,
Yeah, very good party game.
yeah.
Talk, and then the gameplay is secondary. Just chill, have funny moments, make fun of little children, which might indicate something bad about me as a person.
Make fun of Ryan if he doesn't qualify for round 1.
3 times in a row. Even though Ryan was playing well before both of us, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think he played when it first came out, so
Man, Ryan,
he's been in it since season 1.
get good.
I think Logan used to play too.
I'm
Get him.
about to say, I'm surprised we can't get him back in. I was almost bringing up Discord right now just so I could yell at him. Sweet. Well, I think that is it for this week. I hope everyone has a good gaming week, and we will see you next week.